In a case that weaves together law, politics, and family ties, veteran federal prosecutor Maurene Comey is suing the United States government after being abruptly fired from the Justice Department. Comey, best known for her work on the Jeffrey Epstein and Sean Diddy Combs prosecutions, contends she was dismissed not for performance, but because of her last name. She is the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, a longtime critic of President Donald Trump. Maurene Comey arrived at the United States Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York in 2015, fresh from Harvard Law School. Over the next decade, she handled some of the office's highest-profile matters, among them the sex trafficking case against Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, a patient abuse case against a prominent gynecologist, and the recent charges leveled at music mogul Combs. Internal reviews praised her work as outstanding, and she accumulated awards and promotions along the way. That career trajectory ended sharply on July 16, 2025. Comey received a brief email invoking Article 2 of the United States Constitution as the authority for her termination. No reason was given. Only the day before, she had been tapped to lead a major public corruption case. When she contacted her boss, United States Attorney Jay Clayton, for an explanation, he reportedly told her, "All I can say is it came from Washington. I can't tell you anything else." On September 15, 2025, Comey filed suit against the Department of Justice and the Executive Office of the President. The complaint calls her firing unlawful and unconstitutional, alleging it was driven by political animus toward her father. She seeks reinstatement, back pay, and damages. The backdrop is the long-running feud between James Comey and President Trump. Trump fired the elder Comey as FBI director in 2017, and the two have sparred publicly ever since. Maurene Comey's attorneys argue that the daughter became collateral damage in that battle, in violation of the Civil Service Reform Act, a law meant to shield career government employees from political retaliation. While a president has broad hiring and firing authority over political appointees, career civil servants are supposed to be insulated so that cases rise or fall on merit, not loyalty. Comey's dismissal is not an isolated event. It follows a string of firings and forced departures of career prosecutors and FBI officials, prompting critics to warn that the Justice Department's independence is eroding. The administration counters that Article 2 gives the president sweeping power to manage the executive branch. Legal experts say the lawsuit could test the limits of that power. If a court finds that a career prosecutor was removed for purely political reasons, it could reinforce protections for the civil service. If the government prevails, future administrations might feel emboldened to act more aggressively against employees perceived as disloyal. So far, the Justice Department has declined to comment on the case. Maurene Comey, meanwhile, remains out of work while the lawsuit moves forward. For a prosecutor who has spent her career pursuing accountability, the roles are now reversed. She is the plaintiff, and the government is in the dock. The outcome may determine not only her future, but also how secure other career officials feel when politics and the rule of law collide.